Hi, ladies. One of the things that I got asked was how I socialized my son, who is on the autism spectrum, as an only child. My son was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in the third grade. He was 8 years old. And after that, I had to make some decisions. I did as much research as I could at that time. We are talking early 90s, mid 90s. There was almost nothing on autism. There was only one book I could find on Asperger's syndrome, and I read it. You know, I got whatever was available, I got it and I read it. Okay. And so I had to make a couple of decisions. Okay. From what I was hearing from teachers, from the therapists, from the specialists, was that we don't know if he's going to be able to graduate high school. There was just so little information available about autism that they really didn't have any kind of an outcome, expectation for him when we first started. So I took a practical approach. And my feeling is that common sense will take you further than most anything in this world. Just having common sense and being able to make a common sense kind of a decision about things that are going on around you. And I raised him with that thought, practical knowledge, common sense, all right? So one of the things that I did, because he's an only child, is I put him in as many social things as I could. He played soccer. He joined the Boys and Girls Club, after school programs. He went to summer camp. He went camping. He went swimming. He just as many activities as I could. Church, all of them. And the goal was to get him around people and get him talking and making friends. And the more of that I put him in, I figured the better he would be at it. What I didn't want is him at home playing video games all the time, okay? Because that's not how you build the ability to talk to people. So there was some time for that, but after school every day. And one thing that I did, and this probably was a game changer for us, no homework. I told them flat out, because probably about third, fourth grade, we were doing homework, and baby, we were both in tears. I could not teach him how to do the homework. And, I called the school, went in and talked to counselor. I'm like, look, do not send homework home with him, okay? I'm not a special education teacher. A special education teacher has a unique set of skills. They have dozens of ways to teach children, and I just don't have that ability. And I don't want the time that I spend with my son to be full of tears, because I can't help him, all right? That is what school is for. So early on, probably by fourth grade, don't send any homework home, okay? And I had to reiterate that when he went to middle school and to high school. No homework comes home, all right? Because I do not have the skill set to be able to handle teaching him. I wrote that in his IEP. No, never. Just don't do it, all right? And so what that did was that made them set up a time for him to do homework twice a day in school, all right? So in the morning, after his first set of classes, he would go into the special education room, do his homework, and then again before he came home. And then they fit that in there with him having speech therapy, because he had speech therapy up until probably sophomore or junior year in high school, okay? So putting him in social situations so that he could talk to people and get used to being around people was part of it. Also, I have a big family. I have nephews who are around his age, so on the weekends, my brothers would take him, and their sons, and I had a nephew, his son was the same age, they would all be together, okay? They would go do boy things. They would go, whatever they went to do, they all did it together. We're going to go ride bikes all day, or whatever they went to do. And that helped him. And it worked really well, because he's a very social person. We would go places, and it didn't matter where we go. He always knew somebody. Somebody would Literally, some kid would walk up to my son, hey, how you doing? You know, and know him by name, know him from the Boys and Girls Club, know him from playing soccer, know him from church, know him from school. And it didn't matter where we went, anywhere we went in the state or even out of state. You know, we went to there used to be a place where you could go. It was an indoor water park in the winter, and heck, he knew somebody there. So socializing him, putting him around other kids, as opposed to, you know, him being at home playing video games, because that's not going to help him. Although he did do some of that, he socialized a lot with other kids, and that made a huge difference. Okay? I hope that answers the person's question.